Hi, it's Therese from Lostinpaper, and I'm so excited to be here as part of the 4th anniversary hop with Altenew. Congratulations, Altenew. And I thought to celebrate, I'd have to make a flower card. Of course, it's Altenew. It has to be flowers. So I've chosen one of the builder flower sets, which are fast becoming my favourite flower sets. And one of the reasons is that they come with the dies included, and often they are layering sets. And this one's a little bit different. This is the Peony Blossom builder flower, and the dies are solid, so they actually cut right to the edge of the flower. But I'm not using the flower stamps today. I'm actually just using the dies. I thought it'd be really pretty to make some dimensional flowers today, and I have seen this particular die cut made into the most amazing layered peony, but I'm keeping it quite simple today. Well, it's not a very simple card for me, but it is simple compared. And I have decided to add some colour to the centre of my flowers only. And I'm using a finger dauber and some citrus burst ink, and this blends on beautifully. And I'm using the Neenah cardstock, and I find these Altenew crisp dye inks blend really easily on the Neenah cardstock. To add my dimension, I'm using, you could use anything here, a pen, anything, just something with the round body. This is my katana, which is actually like a jewel picker. It picks up jewels, and one of my favourite tools. And I am just using the body of that to sort of train my flower petals to be shaped upwards. This is not going to be a very post-friendly card. It will be one that I either have to pack into like a rigid mailer, or make a box for it, or hand deliver, which is fine. And I am being a bit bold here today. I'm only going to be making 2 flowers. Originally I was thinking about making 1 multi-layered flower, but I don't know, 2 just seemed to sit better with my card design that I was using. And I don't know if it's a dirty rumour or not, but I've heard that finger daubers are not going to be available anymore. Does anyone know the real answer to that? Because even though I don't use them very often, there's not much else that can be replaced for it. Although I have seen those little Ranger sticks that are about to come out, and maybe they're similar. They look a lot smaller though. Does anyone know? Don't know. Anyway, I have got some dark grey cardstock from Altenew and die cut some of the flower centres. I did cut a couple for each flower, but you know, I always think I'm going to add more, and then I always pull things away and add less. But anyway, I only end up using 1 on each of my flowers. And I am also giving these a bit of a memory, like folding the edges up so that they're going to be a bit more dimensional as well. I'm layering up my flowers with some glue dots. I like the hold of glue dots, and I don't have to wait for liquid glue to dry. It's always a bonus. And I thought it'd be just easier to actually layer up my flowers now than try and do it a bit later on. That way I can move them around and get them on the right place on the cards, and it'll just help me with my sort of layout of my design. So I did tell you that this is part of a hop, and this is a massive hop with heaps of prizes. So don't forget to head through the link below, and you can find out how you can win. There's so many prizes on this hop to celebrate their birthday, as Altenew only know how to in style. I've got the Doodled Dots cover die, and I have just cut this in some white cardstock as well. It's a really funky die, but it's got lots of dots to remove, which I did. It wasn't hard. I just make it look harder than it really is. I've stamped out some of the leaf images, just 1 layer, with some industrial diamond ink. And this is how I die cut when I've got a filled in die, so you can't actually see through the die. I've actually cut a template out of another piece of cardstock and held that piece of that template over top with some low tack tape. Then I can put the die into the hole after I've lined it up, and just hold the die in place with some low tack tape, and then I can run it through my die cutting machine, and this will cut the leaf out in this particular case perfectly without me being able to see through that solid die. Works really well. My sentiment today is from the Hope stamp and die set, and I've die cut the word Hope from some black cardstock, and I'm going to pop it up on some fun foam using some matte medium. I leave the die cut in place in the fun foam while I adhere the die cut word down. I just find it helps keep the shape of the word better, because the fun foam can stretch a little bit when you run it through the die cutting machine. And now it's time to layer up my card and put it all together. I've got a top fold card. This is an American size because I'm using the Nina cardstock. Added some real grey cardstock from Altenew to the front of that, and I'm using my dotted adhesive to add my doodle dots layer, and this is a really easy way to attach this layer without worrying about liquid glue. Then it's just a matter of placing my flowers where I want them. I've used some glue dots yet again, and I wasn't really sure with my sentiment how I was going to go. I knew that I wanted the word Hope popped up off the front with the matte medium and on the fun foam, but the rest of the sentiment I'd already stamped out and coloured sort of with some yellow, and I wasn't liking it. So I do decide to restamp that word out. It's from that Hope stamp set, and I've popped it up just on with some foam squares, and I like it much better in the white. And all that's left to do is add my leaves, and I'm using the dotted adhesive again to do that, and that's my finished card for today. Thanks so much for joining me. Don't forget to head to my blog to find out how you can win, and I look forward to seeing you here next time. Till then, happy paper crafting. Bye.